Yeah, so here we are with our second First Lady of Country.
Yeah.
She was the first First Lady of Country, before Tammy.
Was she the First Lady of Country, though?
Yeah, because she was the first woman in country music to receive a gold album certificate, which is 500,000 sales in the US, in 1967. So she got the title then. And then Tammy took the title from her when she became the first female to get a platinum certificate for a million-selling album, which was her greatest hits in 69.
And that's a title that sort of
that passes
country
on.
Fans sort of have created, the First Lady of Country.
Yeah, but then you don't see it kind of cropping up with anyone else. It seems to stop with those two.
A lot of stuff I read likes to create this thing between Tammy Wynette and Loretta Lynn to sort of show different kinds of ways of thinking, but then they're not that different.
Well, they are quite different.
A bit different, yeah.
I mean,
but
Loretta Lynn says herself they should have sung each other's songs the opposite way around.
Really?
Yeah, because most of Tammy's songs were like staying in the marriage, getting through all the troubles, whereas in Tammy's real life, she moved away from her husbands and got rid of them when she got sick of them. Whereas Loretta Lynn, she stuck with her husband.
Stuck by her man, yeah.
She stuck by her man the whole time, even though he was, pretty naughty.
Doolittle.
Yeah, Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney was the nickname.
Yeah, do you know where he got that from?
No.
Well, Loretta says, we got a saying in Butcher Holler, it's either coal mine, moonshine, or move on down the line. And so Mooney, Doolittle, got his name from...
Moonshine.
He was a moonshine maker and
Merchant.
seller. Merchant, yeah. They lived in Van Lear, which is named after a banking magnate kind of guy.
Yeah, because it was a coal place, wasn't it? It was like
It's a coal company town, yeah. So they would have had a strong grip on what could be sold in the local store because they'd build these towns in the middle of nowhere and they wouldn't pay you in general currency. They'd pay you in scrips, which is like the local currency. And you could only really spend that in the general store. So if they're on some kind of temperance buzz, like they were back in those days, and there was no alcohol, then people like Doolittle would sort you out.
Yeah. I mean, good deal for the coal mining companies.
Well, it's part of this utopian town building, isn't it, that was very popular in the 19th century.
Loretta Lynn said it was incredible when they came along. Her daddy would just be working all hours of the day to try and feed the kids.
Oh, you mean before?
Yeah, before Van Lear. And then when it did come along, then Daddy was like, shit, I could go and work down the mine. With his knees all bloody as he came out the mine after like 12-hour shifts or whatever. And bring home the money. So great in one way, obviously, but totally shit working down a mine, really.
It's a hard life, but at that point, I guess it was a good opportunity.
Yeah, she talks about how proud he was when he came home with the first load of cash.
The first load of cash that had picture of Van Lear on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, this song is from the album Van Lear Rose.
Yes.
So it was released in, I think, 2004. Is there a chart position attached to this?
Oh, chart position, not sure, but they definitely made a impression on the Grammys. They got it was. I think this might be our first Grammy-winning song that we've featured.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, The Girl Is Mine should have got a Grammy, but I don't think it did.
What about the George Michael, Elton John?
That was the other one I was thinking of. I didn't actually check. But I can't think of any other ones that did. Girlfang definitely didn't get it.
Definitely a lot that didn't. That's we've had to fucking list it. Oh, there might have been Bush and Gabriel, maybe. I don't know.
Nah. They got the Brits. I mean, that's as far as they went.
We'll look at it for next time. We'll start looking at Grammys, folks.
Yeah, we'll start looking into that for you guys.
Okay, so chart position there, year 2004. Who wrote it?
Oh, Loretta Lynn.
Loretta Lynn, full stop, yeah?
She got the credits for every song on that album, and Jack White got one credit on one song, which is a kind of spoken word piece that she does with some kind of noodling underneath. So that's the only songwriting credit he took.
Yeah.
Although you would presume that he had a lot of input into the sound. I mean, he got the band together that plays on the album.
Yeah.
There are a couple of musicians from a third wave garage band, the Greenhornes, I think they were called, and they went on to form the Raconteurs after this.
But this was done during his White Stripes.
He was still in the White Stripes, yeah.
Apparently it didn't go well in the country charts.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very country. I mean, the songwriting does, her parts, but the actual production of this song doesn't sound very country. The album, most of it sounds pretty country, but it's not that Nashville sound. It's a kind of more acoustic, bluesy sound.
Yeah. So Jack White produced this whole album.
This whole album, I think it's his first production job outside the White Stripes.
Yeah. They dedicated their album, White Blood Cells, to Loretta Lynn.
Right.
I think Loretta Lynn heard about this, and then they invited her to a gig. So he was definitely sort of tapping her up.
Yeah. They recorded White Blood Cells in Memphis, and they were driving home to Detroit, and they passed signs for Loretta's ranch, about 2 hours outside Memphis. And it's a bit of a tourist spot. It's got like a campground and a recreation of Butcher Holler.
Really?
And yeah, so they were driving past, and it says Loretta's Dude Ranch. And I thought a Dude Ranch was, I mean, I've probably got this wrong, but I thought a Dude Ranch was a whorehouse.
Place for gangbangs?
Yeah, a place with gangbangs, dudes to, get their rocks off.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
So they visited, and then, like you say, she heard about the dedication that was on the album, and she invited them over for chicken and dumplings and homemade bread. And they fell in love, basically, didn't they?
I think so. Just him came round. It wasn't... Meg didn't come.
No, I think they both went.
Really? Okay.
I think so.
Seems a bit weird. I reckon Meg would have been just sitting in the corner, just like fingering her dumplings, going like, fucking hell, whilst Loretta and White hit it off big time.
Yeah.
And, almost in a disgusting way, I'd say. I mean, not that I'm anti, the union of different age groups or anything.
Well,
but
yeah.
there is something a little bit funny about this.
Harold and Maude about it.
It's a bit of a Harold and Maude. Okay, yeah, we should move on to the song then. Like, so it's a little more depraved than your average kind of nod to the gods of wine. Something more than a little sordid about this one. A bit like Little Britain thing going on. Jason and Gary's grandmother.
No. Carry on. Please tell me.
Jason and Gary, like these teenagers, and they turn up in shell suits in this council flat, and Gary's like, all right, yeah, Jason's just come round, can we go to the park? And then Jason's like, oh, hello, to Grandma, who's just like this 90-year-old liver spot covered old lady, just sort of rubs his legs, and it's like, no, we can stay here. I really would like to get to know your grandmother. And then she goes, oh, yeah, that would be lovely. And they just start getting way too intimate.
Right.
And it basically just reminds me a bit of that. Because obviously Lynn's old enough to be his grandmother.
Yeah, I was thinking, is this a bigger gap than Cliff and Janet? And it is. Cliff and Janet.
Have you done the research?
I have done the research. I've crunched the numbers. And Cliff and Janet, in case people don't know, Cliff Richard and Janet Jackson did a duet in our first episode. And there was 27 years between them at the time. He was 44, she was 17. This one is, I think, our new record. This is 44-year age gap. She was 72, he was 28.
Okay. It would be all right if it was just, the old and the young together. But the lyrics, it's like, it's a boy-girl night out, sort of tons of booze.
It's a one-night stand.
Yeah.
First two verses are them eyeing each other up.
Yeah, so you got Portland, Oregon and Sloe Gin Fizz. If that ain't loving, tell me what is. Uh-huh. I got to say, those ahas, I just were like, oh, they're so White Stripes and they're so nothing.
I know, that's what kind of makes me think he was just being gracious, not taking songwriting credits.
Exactly.
Along the way.
Exactly. Like, he's obviously all over this fucking record. Before we get to even the lyrics, there's like the whole amble. I can't call it anything other than an amble to start.
Oh, you mean the
sort of
intro?
Guitar intro, which is very kind of obviously White Stripes because it's him.
No, it's not. It's not very Jack White at all. I thought, what the fuck is this? It's like a krautrock, almost prog intro.
But it's like country krautrock though. It's still country.
Oh, really?
But it's slide.
Yeah, with some slide guitar on it. Yeah, I mean,
It's slide, so that makes it country in my mind.
but it just sounds like they were having a jam.
Yeah, exactly. Amberly.
Apparently they got together as a band and they practiced everything a lot before she even came in. And she only came in for like 7 days and recorded everything. And I imagine this is just an impromptu jam and then they were recording it. And
Yeah.
I don't know if they just like stuck it on or if they stuck with it and thought, well, let's make more of this. But it's pretty tedious. Like the guitaring he does on it, it's just terrible. It's
Tedious as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful. It's just boring as piss. And there's a lot of people that are saying this is incredible, the best intro ever.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. What? Just on the video, I think, on YouTube. I mean, why are we fucking...
Oh, the people that say, like, Jack White is a genius.
Yeah. And then other people say, no, he's not, he's crap. And continue.
Yeah.
But what we say actually matters.
Oh, yeah.
We're not any old YouTube commentators.
I've never actually commented on a YouTube video. Have you?
I did once because someone asked me to.
How do you mean?
Their video, and they were like,
Oh, they just wanted the comments to kind of bump their video.
Yeah, and I even did it on my own video because someone asked me to, because they were making the video of what I did. So I just donned another name and said, "This is really good."
Oh, fuck off! Did you? Yeah. You called yourself Jack White and
Jack White, yeah, Jack White from The Strokes. This is brilliant.
You even got it wrong. Jack White from The Strokes.
Exactly. See what I did. Anyway, so yeah,
but it's like freak out. It's freak out light, isn't it?
Yeah, psych freak out light. It's something I would have done with Hern the Hunter. Probably wouldn't have kept it.
Yeah,
to be fair. I mean,
it was though that time where the garage psych bands were dying out and alternative rock was progressing into this kind of krautrock and prog revivalism, and that started to become bigger. And I mean, I went to did you ever go to All Tomorrow's parties? The weekends they had.
I did. Yeah.
So that kind of stuff was coming in. It reminded me of Comets on Fire or something like that.
Yeah.
Big live room reverb. It's not very country at all.
Okay, let's carry on with lyrics. So, Portland, Oregon, Sloe Gin Fizz. That ain't nothing, tell me what is. Thanks, Jack, for that brilliant addition. Lost my heart, didn't take no time. That ain't all, I lost my mind here in Oregon. And that's all Loretta.
Yeah, she does the first verse.
Yeah, and Jack comes in.
And screams.
In the booth in the corner. With the lights down low, I was moving in fast. She was taking it slow. You fucking little gross
horrible.
little shit goblin boy. Fuck off. Why are you hitting on this 90-year-old?
But we've got to remember, it's not... I know it's them performing it, but it's about a different time in her life. It's a strange one because it's trying to transport you to another time, but then he does put a bit too much into it.
Exactly. Going back to, what he is at this time... These lyrics follow on from White's persona, which is confected for the times or based on maybe some sort of reality of a decadent savant, of a bit of a vampire, which was cool. It was basically the culture was scraping the barrel for the next new archetype to attach to rock stars, and you got Pete Doherty and Nick Cave and Alison Mosshart and PJ Harvey, and he was kind of trying to slide into that, a bit of a crazy bad boy who's into death magic, perhaps,
right?
Or maybe just heroin, or maybe just whiskey.
But he really isn't. He's such a nice boy, isn't he?
So he takes that line, and I don't know, because he helped her, I think, choose these songs, because she had 50 songs or bits of songs just around the house.
Well, he found a book, didn't he? He found a lyric book
in the loft or something. And found this one and probably saw in the booth in the corner with lights down low, I was moving in fast. She was taking it slow, oh yeah, I want that one. Yeah. because he wanted to own that sexual possession almost. You can tell from the song that it's about a one-night stand, and probably the woman is married.
Yes.
And that he's the kind of imposter.
Yeah. Which is like played out in the video. Have you seen the video?
No.
It's like a barroom bore, really. I mean, it's just him and his band playing in this tiny bar, and he's dressed in a plaid shirt, you know, a little nod to country music. She's at the bar, and the way she performs in this and in the Letterman performance as well.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Is she in a wedding dress?
I think she wears dresses like that quite a lot.
She does wear, those long gowns, doesn't she?
Yeah, but I don't know. Is she in a wedding dress? Yeah, maybe.
I felt like that because
she is actually. Yeah.
I was thinking, like, is she wearing a wedding dress in this? And on the front of the album as well, does this tie in with the Van Leer Rose song? Because that's about her mom, and famously, she gets married when she's 13 to Mooney, who is 25 or something.
Shit.
You know how mothers pass down their wedding dress? And I was wondering if it's a nod to that, because she probably didn't. She didn't agree with the marriage. She didn't attend the wedding. Only her father kind of turned up. In the film, he turns up, right at the last minute and gives his blessing. But
okay. Even sort of darker, actually, now that I think about it. In the book, she's saying, I didn't know where babies came from until I had one. Like, that's
fucking outrageous, isn't it?
Pretty fucking dark, actually.
It's grim. And so I was wondering if the wedding dress was something to do with that. But then, like you say, she does wear these long dresses that could be construed as wedding dresses quite a lot.
And she gave one to Meg.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Who was made up about it and wears it when playing sometimes.
Wears it all the time.
Wears it all the time. Anyway, let's talk about what really inspired these lyrics.
Yeah, well, it was a contrived one-night stand to try and make Mooney jealous.
Yeah.
Supposedly she went out with her guitarist in Portland.
Yeah, Carl Smith,
yeah. And she was just trying to make him jealous, basically, because he was constantly going with other women. I mean, he was a bad dude with the old extramarital affairs.
Yeah. So I just thought it was the song to get at the husband. But no, like you say, she went out with Carl Smith and with all the band. They were all in on it. And she didn't even drink.
No,
normally.
She doesn't drink at all.
But she's like, give me a slow gin fizz. Just out of nowhere.
Like, bartender was like, what? What slow gin?
Okay, I'll do it slowly. It's got some fizz in it, yeah.
Which is an English drink.
Yeah.
I mean, the fizz, I don't think the fizz is, but the slow gin is an English way of making gin, isn't it? With sloes.
With slow berries, yeah. So the whole thing is about this confected one-night stand.
Which is perfect duet material. It's like, it's brilliant.
It is perfect duet material, and obviously Jack White's pretty savvy, so he picked that, I think. He said, this is going to be good. But he then makes it into his own kind of weird Little Britain thing.
I mean, they do kind of allude to that in the video during the down, 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 all the musical bits. There's little parts where they're flirting and sitting on the couch together, but his roving eye gets caught by this younger girl, and then Loretta kind of gives him a squeeze on the leg. And I don't know if that's like a little nod to, like, what she had to go through with Doolittle.
Okay, yeah. Once I learnt like what the song is really about, I thought it was a really cool song.
Yeah. I mean, it's
really cool song, really powerful. Fuck you.
Yeah, to actually kind of calculate that and do it.
Yeah.
But then she never recorded it until this point. She just did it, wrote the song, and then she didn't actually release it.
Shit. So Mooney was already dead.
Well, maybe Mooney got a look at this and was like, "You're not recording this."
Yeah. Did it ever do its job? Did it ever make him jealous? Did he ever hear it or even see it?
I can imagine their relationship is based on jealousy and fighting constantly.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of her songs are based around this kind of...
Don't come home drinking with lemon on your mind.
Yeah, or like Fist City. You've heard Fist City?
Yeah.
And that is like ultra violent. Like, she's going to pick up this other girl by her hair and drag her around, and she's going to knock her out.
Shit, that's, far cry from Tammy, really, isn't it? Who would, this good girl could go bad.
Oh, this is much more.
Yeah, and that's where the kind of dichotomy exists between the two in their lyrics and in their beliefs.
Yeah, she's not going to take it like Tammy might. She's going to fight back, and she's going to fight hard. And it's kind of scary, actually. Fist City's scary. Fucking hell.
She's well hardcore.
But she does it with this cocksure and also cheeky kind of way, doesn't she? She does it with a smile on her face, like Fist City, even though it's ultra violent. The performance of it is, it's a joke. It's, this is how you should act, and it's fun.
Yeah. She says everything like it's all country. It's all what happens, And you just go along with it. Like country's supposed to be, and that's why the country fans love it.
So it's introduced on Letterman as Loretta Lynn and the Do-Wotters, which I don't know if that's a reference to Doolittle. And the band are all dressed like mailroom boys from like a 70s mahogany conference room corporation. The type of business Columbo may have to pay a visit to.
Yeah.
And they could easily switch into expendable henchmen at the sound of an alarm. It's not actually presented as a duet.
Yeah.
And she comes on with her wedding dress. And she's shaking her mic like it's an award. I guess it's because it is a bit of a comeback, because she hadn't had this kind of exposure for about 15, 20 years.
Hit for decades, like a couple of decades. Yeah. So she's well happy about it.
It sounded like the stage sound was so loud because she's singing loudly to try and compete with it. And you get that feeling, like when we did our nights and you do the sound check.
God, yeah.
And then whenever a band came on, they would always, this is what all bands do, is they just turn their guitars up slightly more. Yeah. And we do it as well. We've done it.
Yeah. But we know, though, this should be a bit up, but... Yeah.
So it had that kind of feel to it. It's like they ramped it up between rehearsals and performance, and it just sounds almost distorted. And she used to sing really loud, and then she does this really awkward Robert Plant ad lib at the end. I thought it was an ad lib until I actually realised, it's in the lyrics, the picture to go bit. Yeah. She does this, and a picture to go. At the end.
I know, but she's got nowhere else to go because. He hasn't
provided they turned it up so loud.
He's turned it up too loud, and he hasn't provided any more musical interest or chord sequences that could go somewhere. It's just the same as usual with every fucking White Stripes song. And a picture to go, louder, picture to go,
louder again.
That same chords, picture to go. But he doesn't know how to put more than 3 chords together.
Well, there's no other bits in the song. There's no chorus, or there's no other thing to go back to or reference. So what do? You just scream. Yeah. That's his answer to everything, isn't it? Oh,
it
okay.
Is.
I'll just scream.
Yeah. And do a solo. Or do a Led Zeppelin bit. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
More sonics.
Less harmonics.
Less harmonics, more sonics. In a way, she loves him. She obviously loves him because he revitalised her career.
Yeah.
That's what she's getting out of this. What's Jack getting?
Oh, he's getting the connection to an icon.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing he wants to be. He wants to be that icon, doesn't he? He's all about authenticity. That's all he talks about.
This is what I was going to ask you. Is this authentic? Is this...
I don't know.
It's not really. It's not at all. It can't be. It's 2004. It's Jack White. So he's always going for ways to be authentic, isn't he? He's well into his musical history, and he records sets at his Third Man venue, the Blue Room, straight onto vinyl.
Yeah, but he has that set up as a kind of brand. He's making a kind of a tourist attraction out of his gigs, isn't he?
Well, totally. It's like a total tourist attraction. So there's no extra mixing possible. It's industry stopped doing that 70 years before that.
But there's also this strange infantilism about his approach.
Yeah.
The way he kind of kept Meg from developing. I don't know if she wanted to develop but he talks about how he didn't want her to get any better. He wanted that kind of primitive, childish expression to counter his part of it. It's almost like, was she trapped? Was she like, was she against her will in this band for a long time? Because she ended up quitting, I think it's 2007, because she must have just had enough of it. I mean, she doesn't speak, so it's hard to know. But like with this Loretta thing as well, he's gone back to her old material. Like, oh, it's more authentic when you're a teenager.
Plotting all the time.
Yeah, but he's looking for this authenticity as a badge of honour.
Yeah, he wants the badge, and for a while he got it from this basic drummer.
Not allowed to express herself in any other way than the way he wanted. He was so controlled.
But then he saw another woman who's also trapped in her previous marriage in the same way, and thought, I can exploit that too. And it was Loretta Lynn.
He's a bad man. Keep away from him, girls.
He's terrible. He's a git. He's a total git.
Let's look at what else she had going on at this time, because she had a big gap in her career before this came along. And she was putting, I think, most of her effort into her campsite and her museum, which is an old plantation and a mill, like lots and lots of land. In 2004, the same year this came out, she had a show come and visit her from the Travel Channel. It was called Secrets of Hurricane Mills, Loretta Lynn's Haunted Plantation. So 2 of her children reported encounters with ghosts of Confederate soldiers. Lynn herself has seen a young woman mourning by the tombstones in the Anderson family graveyard, which is the family previously owned it. Her personal assistant, Tim Cobb, he's dressed in like a Loretta Lynn fan T-shirt, obviously available at the tour shop. Yeah. And he's roped into reenact his own sighting of a shadow on the stairs and some frosting on the door glass. Then she's got her son Ernest talking about the brown bedroom that's steeped in history of being cold and a place for houseflies to go and die. His like witness testimony is like, that's what they say about ghosts and stuff. It's cold and flies on the windows and stuff.
Yeah, flies died there. I mean, they died everywhere, but hey.
She's just adding an extra layer for the tourists to get interested in. But the best story that she has of this, Old Man Anderson, the plantation boss, he's turned up. And Loretta believes that he's protecting her.
Really? Okay.
And the way she proves this is that once a tour guide accidentally knocked one of Loretta's framed albums that is on the stair wall, and she got pushed down the stairs as punishment by Old Man Anderson. But you got to have a sideline, and this is her big sideline, really.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I want to go there. I really want to go there.
Well, they've got the recreation of Butcher Hollow. You can go and look at the newspaper on the wall. But she also has a Native American artifacts museum. I was like, all right, this is interesting. So she claims to be of Cherokee descendancy.
Quarter Cherokee, she says.
Yeah, and this all comes from her claim that her grandfather used to just grunt whenever she used to try and talk to him. And her mum was like, oh, don't worry, he's just, that's part of his Cherokee blood, Which I think sounds like just her mum being racist.
Making shit up.
Being racist, basically.
Okay.
And she's taken this on as like, oh yeah, I've got Cherokee blood.
She's proud of that, though. She's real proud of that Cherokee blood. And she says, I think it was the Cherokees and that the Indians had to teach them, the white man, how to survive. And she might have a good point.
Well, I looked on Quora, which, we love to look on.
Good source. Great source.
And Sam Morningstar, Native American and a ground combat veteran, Iraq in brackets. And he is like on it with Cherokee claims from all these white people that claim Cherokee blood or Cherokee law. And or Cherokee, sorry, I keep saying Cherokee. Cherokee. This guy is so on it. He's had 36.6 million content views, and he had 1.2 million this month. He's like a top writer on Quora.
Hell.
Yeah. He has an alert set up. So every time anyone asks any question about Native American blood and all this kind of stuff, he's straight on it. And he's like, was Loretta Lynn part Cherokee? And he answers, of course not. It's just the standard bogus law that many Americans have about Cherokee blood. And many will spin it into some kind of pseudo-heritage. And then he has like a picture of her family tree and basically just brings a case of like there's 0 Cherokee ancestors. And what's even better is what I found further on. There's another question that pops up. How can I verify if my family members were truly part of the Cherokee Nation? And Sam Morningstar answers, wow, now even AI has Cherokee blood law. Lol. Dear Quora prompt generator, I'm sorry, but you are AI. You aren't a human being with any ancestral roots. Even if you could somehow make a phone call to Cherokee Nation Registration Department, you don't have any ancestors that, again, were humans listed on the rolls.
That's good for him.
Good for Sam Morningstar, protecting his heritage.
Just to sort of revisit my ongoing sort of theory about republicanism, I was trying to sort of get some dirt on Loretta.
Yeah, well, there's plenty.
Is there? Well, I got some...
I just spat out my tea. What?
I just got good stuff from Loretta because I've just been reading Loretta's biography.
She campaigned for both Bushes.
Okay, so you're coming in on this Republican theme then?
Well, because it was a short snippet in a documentary.
Yeah.
It has her on a campaign bus for George Bush first, the CIA man.
Yeah.
You know how they have like video of people singing on the bus? I always think of the Magical Mystery Tour of the Beatles.
Yeah.
She was singing "Stand by Your Bush." I couldn't find an actual version of it online, like the actual song, like if they'd recorded it.
Stand by your bush.
Yeah, so in 2003, so a year before this recording, she receives her Kennedy Center Honor, which is basically like in the UK when people get their OBEs or their you're given a medal by the establishment.
Yeah.
And so Kennedy Center, Opera House, Washington, the president comes, First Lady, and give out these medals to the artists in literature, music, film, whatever. So this was during George Weiner's reign, and George Sr. presented her with the honour. So, all that work she did for them.
Okay.
She got her little medal for that.
The Bushes are a good friend of mine. Like Tammy.
Like Tammy. Well, they were best friends, Tammy and Loretta, weren't they?
Yeah, they're not really that far apart.
No.
And yeah, you can point at Tammy's relationships, how they failed, and Loretta stuck with hers, but Loretta's relationship was pretty bad too. They were both in the same boat, really, as women in country. And they had
but Loretta was a little girl. And she was brought into the adult world in pretty horrific circumstances.
God. Yeah. Back to Jack, I mean...
Yeah, because we're signing off Jack, aren't we? This is the end of Jack.
Sign off
for
Jack.
us.
I mean, apparently, like I was reading about Jack, there's so many sort of glowing portraits of Jack everywhere you look. And it is kind of cool that he has this venue that records things in vinyl and blah, blah, blah. And apparently, though, as part of this article in the Atlantic, White can identify any Beatles song in 1 second or less.
That's like Family Fortune. No, not Family Fortune. What was it called? You Bet.
Yeah. I'd say that's pretty fucking normal if you're
I'd give it a
music,
go.
you could identify a few Beatles tunes within a second. So I'm going to do a quiz now. I'm going to play some Beatles 1 second bits.
No way.
And you have to guess what they are.
Oh, I did just say I'd give it a go.
Exactly, you did. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Stepped right into this.
So I'm going to play it. Are you ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay. That's going to give me 1 second. Here we go.
Love Me Do.
Oh my God. 1 out of 1. Thank you.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Next one's coming up.
So, guys, about 2.5 years ago...
Oh, fuck off.
Oh,
whoever
wait
you
a
are.
second. I'm not doing the anthology.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4!
What's that?
I know this lyrics, but I don't know what. I saw her
One,
standing
two,
there.
three,
I saw her standing there.
Thank you. Well done. Oh my God, you're on par with Jack White. Let's keep going. That was 1 second.
Hard Day's Night?
Fuck off. Try again. It started with the words she, then loves. Did you
1
not
second
hear
is
that?
quite. Of course I got. Yeah, it was a joke. But it
Oh,
was,
good. Okay, so we're still on. 3 out of 3.
3 out of
Good.
3.
Okay. Here we go. Next one.
Ooh. I want to hold your hand.
Fucking amazing. 4 out of 4.
No, this is really easy.
Exactly. This is fucking. Apparently, it's uncanny how Jack White
1 second is quite a
managed
long
to
time, really.
identify 20 different.
Let's go down
20.
to half a second. See if we can do it in half a second.
Then we beat him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Which one is like? Okay.
Close your eyes.
Oh, I can't think of what the actual song's called.
Just keep doing it. Close your eyes.
Yeah, I know. Oh shit, Jack White's better than me.
Oh fuck! Come on, Tom.
Yeah, but
You're
you've
the
got
fucking-
it written right there in front of you. You're not following the lyrics.
Tom, come on. You've
Shut
got
up.
to prove that this guy's not.
Shut
fucking
up, I can't sing
uncanny.
the song if you're talking to me. Ken Bruce would not do this on Popmaster.
Don't worry, we'll cut this so you look good.
Close your eyes.
All My Lovin'.
Yeah. Okay, and this one you'll get straight away. Here we go.
Oh, it's that chord that has like
It's the
100
chord.
notes in it.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, somehow. Yes.
Hard
yeah.
Day's Night.
Yes, thank you. Okay, here we go.
In My Life?
Tom, come on.
It's not.
No.
So yeah, I'm not as good as Jack
Okay.
White.
Essentially, you're not as good as Jack White, so Jack White's really cool.
Could anyone do that with White Stripes songs? Probably not, because they haven't got any melody.
No.
The only reason you could do that with Beatles songs is because they've all got great melodies.
Yeah. Great starts, too. Even the first second is fucking amazing.
It's straight in.
Blang. Is this production adding anything? What do you
Oh,
think?
to the legacy of Loretta Lynn.
Mm.
Well, I just think it comes up short. He's trying to make it authentic, but we've already got the authentic stuff. It happened 30, 40 years previous, so
Yeah.
we don't need this, do we?
Exactly. This is the whole 2004 fucking problem.
Do you think she has the main star power, or do you think he has the main star power?
He's got the star power this time. 2004.
He's putting her. Oh no, but then he has the whole intro thing because it's like on the Letterman shows. He's on stage for like a minute and a half before she even comes on stage.
That's what's so wank about it. He just uses her to wank off.
Yeah. Well, he does say that he used the rule of threes, the colour and the instruments as a way that he could get away with ripping off the blues. He admits that. He knows that he would get backlash, so he turned it into this high concept thing. So he is always looking for ways to kind of get away
Justify
with...
his wankery.
Yeah.
But I'd say he's clever. And all he is a clever boy.
It just sounds like, yeah, him with his band and her. There's a separation, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a separation. You can't get away from that.
But I still think it's all right as a duet.
You know what? So do I.
Yeah. I don't know. It does give a little bit of, is this real? Is this actually happening? Is these two actually fucking?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
He's obviously enamoured with her. He obviously really likes her. But you just don't know if it's quite, sexual or not.
Yeah. You hope not.
Well, I don't care.
I don't care actually either.
Yeah, well done. It's not bad. It's not good.
Well
But
done.
I'm just
Well
happy
done.
that we're using this as a stepping stone to get to the really good shit.
Oh, do we get to the really good shit next?
Oh, we're getting to the good shit.
Oh, so happy about that. Tell me if I'm wrong, but we're going Conway Twitty, right?
We are going Conway Twitty.
Ah. See, I'm learning about country music here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going Conway, and if we're
going
going Conway, you can't go fucking wrong.
There's
with
not
Conway.
one way with Conway. There's always
yeah.
with Conway.
Anyway, it's a good way with Conway.
Anyway.
Out of what could it be? Go on, give us a selection.
Oh, it could be Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man.
Yeah, brilliant.
It could be Lead Me On. It could be You're the Reason My Kids Are Ugly.
Oh yeah, that's good.
There's lots. It could be The Letter. There's so many different ways. They've done so many different
I
things.
already want to decide on one. I just want to decide on Louisiana Woman,
Mississippi Man.
Mississippi Man. It's just
Yeah,
so good.
I think it probably is one of their standouts.
I think people want to hear that right now. They've had to deal with fucking Jack motherfucking White for 2 songs now.
Yeah,
Let's give him
fucking
something.
good riddance.
Yeah. Good riddance to calculated shit.
Escape.
Escape.